What's going on, guys? So today we got some really nice gold buys. Gave us a 1 to 5 actually, and it's a very simple trade, and it's a perfect example of how the strategy actually works to a T. So you're gonna see. Let me break this whole thing down for you guys. Starting on the 4 hour. Let's turn this off. Let me take everything off, and let me go back to what I seen when I came in the morning time. So in the morning time, when we came to sit at 9 a.m. around 8:30, 8:45, and I was looking at the charts, um, this is how it was looking. And basically, what we were seeing was we were pushing to the upside, as we could see on gold. We've been bullish for a long time. We have this H4 supply right here that I seen in the morning time. So we don't see anything else. There's demand all the way down here, but it's not really relevant. So we seen this H4 supply right here in the morning, and then when I went on the H1, on the H1 there was no supply because this one is already used, as y'all can see. What I did see though was that price was pretty much coming off of this H1 right here. If I draw a box around it, we can see that we were coming down from this area into the H1, and price was pretty much moving away from this H1 zone. Looking at this, but this is one of the reasons why I knew price was bullish, and since we had a H4 up here, that was the first target for price. So using this H4 and this H1 demand, I was able to determine the bias in the direction, which is bullish. And then now our job was to scale down on lower time frame and look for entries up to this H4 zone, right? So we went on the M15, and when we came in the morning time, we seen this. So all I could really see at this point in time was that price was using this demand zone from London and giving a bullish push to the upside, right? Our previous zone didn't really set us up yet, but what happened next was right at 9 a.m. This is when the session opened. We had this huge bullish engulfing candle to the upside, and this confirmed that our previous session demand zone is right here, and then we also created a new demand zone right here, right? So now down here from the previous session, if you go on the M5, there is no other time frame in confluence. So this M5 is already used because price pulled back into it. So the only time frame we had down here was this M15. However, right here, if you look, price broke all the structure to the left, and right here we had an M15 and an M5 as well. And if you go on the M1, you're going to see we had an M1 as well. So pretty much what I did was, when I came and I seen this is when our session started. We can't take automatic buys here just because the reason that this demand zone from M15 and M5 is not from our session. It's actually right in the middle. If you notice, it's from the dead space. It's not in the color, right? So when you see something like that, that means that you need an entry confirmation off the zone. And down here, we would not take automatic buys because we only have the M15. If we had another time frame in sync with the M15, automatic buys down here. But since we only have one time frame, we need confirmations. But the first area that we were looking to buy from was here with an entry confirmation, right? And our target was this H4. Unless price went into the H4 and then was coming down with a lot of force, then I would have to reconsider and I would probably only buy down here. But since price did not touch this H4 yet, this is definitely a potential area. So what happened next was price started making its way down, right? Boom, we were almost at this area. And now if we go on the M1, I was literally just waiting for entry confirmations off of this area. And as you can see, price never touched this H4, so this is still the target. Price came down, basically came into the M5, touched the M5, and gave us a little bit of a bullish reaction. Now, this is how you stop yourself from taking losses, having some patience, because knowing this one candle is not a entry confirmation, right? And there's no break of structures to the left, nothing like that, just one bullish candle. So we kept waiting to see what's going to happen, and What happened next was price actually came down into the M15, M5, right down here. That's why you wait, because there's no, now we have some structure to the left that if price can break, we can think about taking buys. And what happened was we were waiting for two things. We were either waiting for price to break this and then look for entry confirmation down here to look for buys. There was no sells today, only buys. And what price did was came down a little bit further, and right there is your, this is still not entry confirmation because no structure has been broken. We have a huge bullish engulfing candle, lots of momentum, and price moved really fast away, which is a good sign, but I was still waiting for a breaker structure, which happened right here. And that confirms that right there is your entry confirmation. So the M1 was created off of the M5 and M15. If I mark it here, if you can see. So an M1 confirmation off of the M5 and M15 with the H4 target up here. That's basically what I looked at, and the timing was perfect too. It was literally 9:30. So lots of volume in the market. We put our entry right here with a 45 pip stop loss. I would just put my stop loss below these lows to the left, aiming to go for this H4, and that was our target, right? But price went way beyond. You're gonna see. So so right now we're still not in. We have our buy limits set right here. And what happened next was price came into the area. We got tagged in. Tiny bit of maybe like barely any drawdown. That was the max drawdown. And then look at what happens next. All the volume comes from this area. And we went way beyond. I actually caught a 1 to 5. So like up till here pretty much. And let me extend this out. And we just, all the volume, you guys can see. It went way beyond, but I secured like a 1 to 5 pretty much. So right there is a perfect example of how the strategy works. And today's trade was done with an entry confirmation. And right there, you guys have it. Pretty much an M1 created off of the M5, M15. This was our confirmation. Price came into the area and all the volume came. So right there is absolute proof that how good the strategy works if you know what you're doing, right? This week I only took 2 trades. Both were winners. One was a 1 to 5, which is right here, and the other one was supposed to be a 1 to 2, but I had a meeting, so I closed it at 1 to 1. But yeah, that's it, guys. You just gotta be selective with your trades. You have to make sure that the setups, you don't force the setups. Like right here, I could have entered at this candle, but if I did, I would have probably lost, right? So that's why I waited until I got the right confirmation, and that's when we entered, and that was a beautiful W right there. But yeah, that's all for the video, guys. I hope you guys learned some new things. And until the next video, see you guys.